You bit into a piece of cooked human flesh and you swallowed it. For the next few minutes, nothing movie horror happens inside you because your body doesn't process morality. It processes molecules, and that's exactly why what happens next feels so wrong. Because in your gut, this isn't a taboo, it's just fuel, and your biology is about to prove it, minute by minute. Educational safety note: this is a science breakdown of biological effects and risks, not instructions. Subscribe for extreme body science, because the most terrifying part of this story is the clock you can't see. T+0 seconds. The brain hit before the stomach. Before your stomach does anything, your brain can slam the panic button. The amygdala, the threat alarm, can trigger a stress surge. Your chest tightens, your pulse jumps, your mouth goes dry. A cold sweat breaks out across your neck and palms. Your ears can feel full, like pressure building, and your stomach may flip even before the first cramp. Your hands may tremble. Your throat can feel tight, not because the meat is poison, but because your nervous system is treating this like danger. Specific question: if you feel sick right now, is it your stomach reacting, or your brain deciding you're in danger? T+30 seconds. Saliva starts the disassembly. Your mouth begins digestion automatically. Saliva contains enzymes and antimicrobial compounds. Amylase targets starches, not much help with meat. And small amounts of lipase can start working on fats. Chewing increases surface area, so enzymes can work faster. Even the act of swallowing triggers coordinated reflexes, your body moving this bolus downward like a conveyor belt you can't stop. Key point: digestion doesn't recognize identity. It recognizes chemistry. T+1 minute, the esophagus conveyor. Now it's sliding down by peristalsis, muscle waves squeezing food toward your stomach. You can't think it back up. Your body is already committed to the next phase. If stress is high, you might feel a lump in throat sensation or nausea rising, even though nothing dangerous has happened yet. Specific question: is your nausea coming from the meat, or from the thought that you can't undo this? T+2 minutes. The stomach turns on the acid bath. Protein triggers stomach signaling, including gastrin, increasing acid and enzyme activity. Hydrochloric acid lowers stomach pH to roughly 1 to 3, varies by person and meal, unfolding proteins so enzymes can cut them. Pepsin begins chopping proteins into smaller fragments. You might feel heaviness, tightness under the ribs, mild cramping, or reflux, especially if stress is high. Key point: stomach acid reduces many microbes, but it does not guarantee sterilization. T+3 minutes. The stomach's mixing chamber. Your stomach doesn't just hold food, it churns. Muscular contractions fold, grind, and mix that flesh into a thick slurry called chyme. That's not horror. That's physiology. But it's also where the feeling of wrongness can intensify, because your body is turning a piece into a substance. Specific question: do you think your body knows what it's doing, or is it simply doing what it evolved to do? T+5 minutes. The system you didn't ask for switches on. As the food moves forward, your pancreas releases enzymes that cut proteins into amino acids and fats into fatty acids, plus bicarbonate to neutralize acid so the small intestine can function. Your liver and gallbladder add bile to emulsify fats and speed absorption. Your gut hormones are coordinating the whole operation. Signals that slow stomach emptying, prime the intestine, and prepare nutrient transport. Key point: your body is committing resources, quietly, efficiently, like it's a normal meal. T+7 minutes. The first gate opens. Small portions begin passing into the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine. This is where digestion becomes surgical. Pancreatic enzymes cut proteins down further, step by step, until they're small enough to be absorbed. This is also where irritation can begin if something is wrong, because the intestine is sensitive and it's packed with immune sensors. Specific question: if something was contaminated, would you rather your body react early or let it slip through? T+10 minutes. The invisible clock. You won't feel it yet. Here's what's unsettling. The most dangerous risks are often delayed. Many foodborne infections don't hit instantly. They incubate for hours to days, so you can feel fine while biology is already deciding what happens next. This is the part most people misunderstand. Your body can be quiet now and loud later. Specific question: are you waiting for instant punishment when the real threat is incubation? T plus 12 minutes. Your immune border patrol starts sampling. Your gut lining is packed with immune tissue that constantly samples what passes through. It's a delicate balance. Tolerate food, react to threats. If it detects danger signals, like certain bacterial components, it can ramp up inflammation. That inflammation can make you nauseous or crampy. Key point: the gut is not just digestion, it's defense. T plus 15 minutes. The uncanny reality. If the meat was properly cooked and handled safely, your body can digest it like other mammalian meat. Proteins become amino acids, fats break into fatty acids, they cross your intestinal wall and enter your circulation. But now comes the uncanny part. Your body is already using those molecules to rebuild you, to repair a torn muscle fiber, to patch a stomach lining cell, to maintain your bicep. You are, quite literally, becoming what you just ate, at the molecular level. And it's not metaphorical. Your body does this with every meal. It dismantles life to keep you alive. Key point: your cells don't care where the building blocks came from. They only care that they fit. T plus 20 minutes. The delayed risk window opens wider. The real risk depends on contamination and preparation. The hazard categories mirror other unsafe meats: foodborne bacteria from undercooking or handling, certain parasites or viruses depending on exposure route, and chemical contaminants in some contexts. Symptoms often don't show up immediately. If contamination happened, the danger isn't always right now. It's what survives long enough to multiply or release toxins. Specific question: if your body is calm right now, does that mean you're safe, or just early? T plus 25 minutes. The quiet absorption phase. Your small intestine has millions of tiny folds and finger-like villi to maximize surface area. Nutrients cross into the bloodstream and lymph like cargo moving through customs. The liver receives much of this flow first, acting like a chemical processing plant, filtering, converting, storing. Key point: your body is distributing what you ate. T plus 30 minutes. The gut immune checkpoint. Your gut is not just a tube. It's a border with an immune army. The mucosal immune system samples what's inside and can trigger rapid defenses. If it detects a threat, you may get nausea, vomiting, cramps, diarrhea, and sometimes fever. These aren't random. They're containment protocols. Fast, messy, effective. Specific question: would you rather your body eject it now, or let it go deeper and fight later? T plus 45 minutes. Stress can hijack the gut. Even without infection, stress hormones can change gut movement. Adrenaline can slow digestion, tighten muscles, and amplify sensation. That's why panic can feel like illness. So if you feel cramps or nausea, it still doesn't automatically mean infection. Key point: the nervous system and gut are linked. T plus 1 hour. Absorption rises. Certainty does not. Nutrients are now moving into the bloodstream and lymph. Your liver processes many substances coming from the gut before they spread widely. If bacterial toxins are present, irritation can begin. If infection is developing, you can still feel normal because incubation takes time. This is where the human mind gets tricked. I feel okay, so it's fine. Key point: feeling fine at 1 hour proves nothing. T plus 90 minutes. The two-path fork becomes real. At this point, your body either continues smooth digestion or quietly prepares for battle. Path A: it was cooked and handled safely, and nothing happens. Path B: contamination was present, and the fuse is still burning. Specific question: which is scarier? Violent symptoms tonight, or a silent risk you can't detect? T plus 2 hours. The microbiome reacts. Stress amplifies everything. Your gut microbiome feeds on leftovers and produces gas and metabolites. Stress can heighten gut sensitivity, making nausea, bloating, and cramping feel stronger even without infection. So the sensations you feel now can be misleading. Biology is not a lie detector. It's a system trying to cope. Key point: discomfort doesn't always equal infection. But infection can also start without dramatic early signs. Important counterintuitive truth: Heat doesn't neutralize every kind of biological risk. Most microbes are reduced by proper cooking, but not every threat behaves like bacteria or viruses. Prions are misfolded proteins linked to rare, fatal neurodegenerative diseases. A historically documented example is kuru, associated with consumption of infected human nervous tissue in specific cultural contexts. Prions can be unusually resistant to routine cooking temperatures. This is rare and scenario-dependent, but scientifically established. And this is the dark part. If prions were involved, you don't get a warning alarm tonight. The clock is silent. Key point: for some hazards, the danger isn't tomorrow. It's time. If you had to choose, which fear is worse? A. Severe vomiting or diarrhea within 24 hours, or B. A rare risk that could take years to show up? Comment A or B. T plus 6 hours. Early foodborne checkpoint. Some foodborne illnesses can begin within about 6 to 24 hours. Timing varies widely by organism and toxin. Possible symptoms include sudden vomiting, watery diarrhea, cramps, and sometimes fever. Timing alone can't identify the exact cause because different pathogens overlap and people vary. What your body is doing here is brutal but logical. Flush the system, limit absorption, and reduce pathogen load. Key point: the gut's emergency response is often to flush and inflame to limit damage. T plus 12 hours. The dehydration trap. If vomiting or diarrhea hits hard, the danger shifts from infection to dehydration, loss of fluid and electrolytes. That's when weakness, dizziness, and racing heartbeat can appear. This is why severe foodborne illness can become serious fast, even in healthy adults. Specific question: if your body is purging, is it winning the battle or burning through your reserves? T plus 24 to 72 hours. The systemic turn, if infected. If infection takes hold, symptoms can worsen or persist: dehydration, weakness, sustained fever, or severe abdominal pain. Many foodborne illnesses resolve, but some become serious, especially with dehydration or invasive infection. And here's the unnerving part: different pathogens have different timelines. Some strike quickly, others wait. Specific question: what if you feel fine the whole time? Does that guarantee there was no exposure? Weeks later, the brain-body aftershock can linger. Even if no infection occurs, some people may have stress-based effects, appetite changes, nausea triggered by memory cues, insomnia, or intrusive thoughts. That's not mythology. It's stress hormones, conditioning, and memory circuits reinforcing avoidance of a perceived dangerous event. Your stomach may be done, but your brain may keep replaying the moment. Key point: digestion can end while the nervous system keeps replaying the threat. Months to years. The long delay risk. Rare, context-dependent. If prions were involved, incubation can be years. This does not mean it will happen. It is rare and requires specific conditions. But scientifically, the long delay is why prions are feared. The risk is time, not immediate symptoms. Key point: you cannot rule it out based on how you feel today. The final truth. Minute by minute, your body does something brutally simple. It breaks the cooked human flesh into amino acids and fats and uses them. The real threat isn't supernatural punishment. It's the same categories as unsafe meat: pathogens, toxins, and in rare contexts, prions, plus the stress response your brain can trigger. And the darkest twist of all is this: biology is indifferent. It will try to keep you alive using whatever you feed it, whether you can live with that fact or not. Tap and subscribe to the channel for more such interesting videos.